things seem to be ramping up for Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm starting to feel more and more confident about a May or June release. Well, in particular, I'm feeling extremely confident about a May 15 release because of some new data that came forward that, yes, folks, Nintendo Switch 2 units, complete in box with instruction manuals and everything, ready to be sold, exist. And they don't just exist, they're here in the US right now. That's right, complete in box Nintendo Switch 2 units are ready to be sold in warehouses right now, and potentially millions of them. Oh, I can't wait. This news is so exciting because it's the best news we've gotten so far to indicate Nintendo Switch 2 is, I don't want to say ready for an imminent release, but is going to be releasing extremely soon, i.e. in the next 2 to 3 months, because Nintendo's not going to waste a bunch of money on warehouse space and lose money all the time without bringing a product out. They also don't need to bank up like 20 million of these things in the US. And we're just talking about the US. This isn't even worldwide, so that's pretty crazy. We got to get into that story. And we have a new game announced coming to Nintendo Switch 2. At least that is according to the reports out there. We got to dive into that as well. But the first thing first here, let's go ahead and talk about the actual news about there being units right here in the US ready to be sold to consumers right now for Nintendo Switch 2. This stuff comes from shipping data over at FamiBoards. And before I dive in, I just wanted to remind you, we are giving away a Nintendo Switch 2. All you need to do is go enter through the link in the description or the pinned comment. I wish everybody luck. And let's go ahead and get to the first piece of this puzzle. So, because all the posts are hidden at FamiBoards, we got to rely on outside outlets. First, we're going to go to the Gaming Leaks and Rumors Reddit here, who has a quote of the hidden post here. It says, FamiBoards user LIC has been tracking the shipments of cartons and instruction manuals, and 383K complete units have reportedly been shipped to the US within 5 days. Now, it said exactly from LIC. So, it finally happened. HVBG exported 383,000 units of the completed console set between January 17th and January 22nd. Those are the shipping dates. They were all shipped to the United States and were all of the USZ, aka US/Canada region code. 41,598 units of the charging grip were also shipped to the US, which does indicate the charging grip is sold separately, confirming that HGU 0620 is the charging grip with a product code of BEEA-ESSKA, which matches the Switch 1's charging grip of HACA-ESSKA. 383K is a decent sized shipment, but I wouldn't be surprised if the numbers increase. HVBG had received 1.2 million units of one per system parts, like the system on a chip and the screen as of December, and 1.7 million as of January. As we can expect, 100% of those to end up in units shipped to the US. This is because of tariffs coming right now from Vietnam, avoids the tariffs, so it would make sense that all these units would be for the United States region or Canada, obviously. One thing we can learn from the shipments is the console set is not a bundle. So it kind of debunks some rumors out there that there would be a Mario Kart bundle or some type. That does not appear to be the case. It is just the system. Yeah, that is absolutely insane. And we have a few additional details as well from an editorial news article from Universal Nintendo, written by Necro Felipe Lima, who is an active member over at FamiBoards. And when he comes in here with this article, it's mostly the same information, except for some additional context. As an example, Nintendo's contract assembly plant is in Vietnam, identified as HVBG. It has the definition of that here, which is the Hoseidon Corporation that Nintendo works with. But here's where it gets a little bit of interesting. So, the initial number of units shipped is considered significant for an initial shipment, and there is still an expectation of an increase in shipments in subsequent months, so February and onwards. Since January of this year, Hoseidon had already received essential components such as processors and screens. Now it says these submissions signal Nintendo's preparing the groundwork for a possible imminent launch. Again, I wouldn't use the word imminent because that would suggest like it's launching this month. But Nintendo Switch 2, and that aims to ensure that as many units of its new system as possible are available to launch to meet the potentially high demand. So I did some math on this on the podcast last night, and that would mean they would have at least 1.9 to 2 million units if they didn't even increase by May. Yeah, that's a lot of units for a single region. Consider this. If they have 2 million units ready day one for the United States and Canada, guess what? They sold 2.74 million total units worldwide for Switch from the quarter of March, April, and May. That's right. The first 3 months of the Nintendo Switch life cycle, they only sold 2.74 million, which actually kept the system sold out. They would almost have that much ready for one territory on the very first day. That is wild. Remember, Shuntaro Furukawa did say that their entire base, their entire plan to combat scalpers here in the United States was to just have so much stock scalpers can't win. This indicates that Nintendo is literally aiming to do that by potentially having millions ready to go on the very first day. This is really exciting. Nintendo's not going to bank this stuff up for September. Anyone who thinks this is a July, August, September, it's got to be June at the latest, possibly May. And I'm going to go with that May 15th date. I just want to present a couple things for that. So first off, obviously we know that the Mario Kart Lego here, this was announced on Mario Day, is going to be releasing on May 15th. Now, why is that interesting? Well, did you guys know that Nintendo and Lego have never launched any combination set? Any partner Lego set for Nintendo has never launched on a Thursday. In fact, they've always launched on the weekend until this Lego set, which is launching on a Thursday. Why is it launching on a Thursday? Well, Thursday also happens to be the new date that Nintendo releases video games. That Thursday in particular, May 15th, also happens to be this. The same day Nintendo is opening its doors to Nintendo San Francisco, its second official store in the United States. You actually have to reserve the right to even visit it that day because there's going to be so many people trying to get in. But they are grand opening their second store in the U.S. on the 15th. This was announced today. So you consider that. You consider, obviously, the date of, when the Lego is coming out and the fact that Nintendo already revealed Mario Kart for this. Then you consider one other thing. How about a major third-party game at launch? Doom: The Dark Ages. We got the prior 2 on Switch. It's also releasing on May 15th. Currently not announced for Switch 2 because, again, lots of NDAs. But really, really exciting stuff. Things seem to be lining up that May 15th date to me is just seemingly coming more and more likely. However, obviously, I don't know. I don't have any sources. Despite me putting out a tweet last night, let me show you guys. I put out this tweet last night that made some people feel like I'm an insider. I'm not an insider, folks, but I put out this tweet, where is it? Right here, where I said May 15th. This was during our podcast when we were discussing it as a possible release date. I thought it'd be a fun thing to throw it as a prediction. Some people took it as a rumor. Obviously, I had heard a little bit of wind about the San Francisco thing, but I wasn't 100% confident in that. So it's not why I did this per se, but it was neat to have that happen. It was, to me, more evidence for May 15th. And then I posted this thing where May 15th is a fun date. Doom: The Dark Ages releases that date. Nintendo's new store in Seattle. It's not Seattle. It's in San Francisco. I can't edit this tweet anymore. Anyways, fun fact on that last one, every single Nintendo Lego set before that one released on a weekend. This one releases on a Thursday, yada, yada. And then this was just me complaining that someone took it as a rumor thing and now I'm getting blasted on Reddit. Guys, I don't know anything about when Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out. I just think it's a lot of fun to predict things. You know who's claiming to know something about Nintendo Switch 2, though? How about Eurogamer? Because guess what? We have a new game supposedly coming to Nintendo Switch 2. We're over on this piece of Eurogamer, and it's Power Wash Simulator 2 announced, and it's coming to Switch 2. So they dropped the trailer for it. But this is the stuff coming from Eurogamer, from Tom Phillips, saying, relaxing, clean sim, Power Wash Simulator is getting a full-blown sequel, and it's due out this year. Eurogamer, they're just saying this outright. We can confirm the game will launch on Nintendo Switch 2. Right now, it is announced for PC. It is announced for PlayStation 5 and Xbox. That's what it's officially in this announcement trailer. They don't have Switch 2 in there. But Eurogamer is saying they can confirm it's coming and will launch on Nintendo Switch 2. I actually am curious here. When was the release date of this game? Did they give a release date? Let's just watch the last few seconds here. I can't remember. No, it just says 2025. So I was going to say, if that release date's May 15th, that would have been wild as well. But anyways, guys, just kind of neat to bring you guys some of this Switch 2 news today. I hope you end up enjoying it. Do you think May 15th is likely? Are you excited about the prospect of them having millions of units, at least 2 million, ready to go day one, unlike any other launch in history? I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments below. I am Nathaniel Robojans from Nintendo Prime. This also probably bodes well for other territories like the European region, Australia, Japan. But they're going to have lots of units available at launch as well, probably being supplied by their factories in China. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video.